There's been a pretty big story floating around for a few weeks now, and it's this idea, this problem that Joe Biden has really been dodging the media. He's not doing any press conferences. And I think we're getting to the point where it's like starting to get close to record-breaking territory how much he's dodging the media. Now, people will rightly point out, hey, it almost doesn't matter how much Joe's hiding from the media. Nobody was worse than Trump on this front. Okay, I think there's a point to be made there. But listen, when it comes to free speech and the First Amendment, both of them are beyond terrible because they didn't pardon Snowden and they didn't pardon Assange. And if anything, Biden just doubled down on Trump's approach there, so they're both as miserable and pathetic as you can get on this front. But there might be a reason why the Biden people are keeping him away and keeping him on very strict scripts. Because every time he goes out there and gives a speech, well, not every time, but a lot of the time he goes out there and gives a speech, you watch it and you're like, it don't look so good, dog. So this is the new example of it here. This went viral. This is Biden forgetting the name of one of the top people in his administration.
Just want to thank you both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there. I want to make sure we thank the secretary for all he's done to try to implement what we've just talked about, and for recommending these two women for promotion. Thank you all. May God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You've been listening.
He looks confused, he sounds confused, and man, that walk when he goes out of the room, I mean, maybe I'm nitpicking here, but I see this with Romney too. Man, he gives away his age when he walks, doesn't he? It's so, feeble and stiff. But yeah, so he was forgetting Lloyd Austin's name. That's his Secretary of Defense. By the way, his Secretary of Defense has taken over $1 million from Raytheon because he sat on the board of Raytheon. That seems to be a little bit of a problem to me. Now, why did we get away with him becoming the Secretary of Defense? Very simply, because they leaned on identity politics. And Lloyd Austin is black. And so they were like, black Secretary of Defense, look at us, we're so enlightened and woke. Totally ignoring the fact that he took over $1 million from Raytheon. Now he's incentivized, since he's paid by the defense contractors and he's part of the military-industrial complex, now he's incentivized to be more willy-nilly with our military approach. I'm sorry, that's the reality. But even in this talk, they made a big deal out of the fact that now there's two women that they've promoted to general or whatever. And they're like, look at us. Women can murder people too. Isn't this wonderful? Don't we love diverse war crimes? I do. God, it's so childish. But we should have known this was coming from a long time ago, because I told you it gives the establishment a trick that they lean on often. The trick is, oh, us? We're out-lefting you, lefties. You silly lefties are always talking about raising the minimum wage and ending wars and the Green New Deal and ending corruption and, pro-union legislation. Forget all that. Forget all that. We've out-lefted you because I'm appointing black people and women, and I even appointed a trans person. Pat me on the back. I'm so enlightened and woke. Yeah, but if all they're doing is continuing the status quo, spare me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's like that famous tweet, hire more women guards. It was something like, setting up concentration camps at the border or whatever, and the neoliberal response being, hire more women guards for those camps. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at here with this sort of stuff. But anyway, Biden was incredibly confused. He forgot Lloyd Austin's name. It's hard to watch, and I really do think this is why they keep him away from the media. I think he has good days and he has bad days. And on the days that are a little bit better, they allow him to go out there and give the speeches. On the days that he's worse, they hide him. So, this isn't just, I remember we got a lot of shit during the primary. I did a video compilation of Biden's brain not working. And I released it on my channel. And this was at the time when Biden surged back into contention, after South Carolina. And the media was just pretending like it's not an issue, that his brain's not working very well. And so I released a video that showed a compilation of it. And people were vicious and ruthless about it, where they were saying it's an unfair attack. It's not an unfair attack. I'm showing him in his own words, or his inability to get the words. And it was bad. That video was bad. There are times where he's just not with it at all. At all. And so people had a right to know that. Now, that information, unfortunately, didn't really land with people. But yeah, now you're seeing the consequences of it. And you just hope that he's with it enough to finish out his 4 years. Because who knows how bad it really is. Who knows what percentage of the time he's actually like this. But yes, my theory is this is why they're sort of keeping him away from the media. And why he's not doing press conferences. I think this has a lot to do with it. That video was hard to watch, man. It was hard to watch. So I hope he gets it together. And I also hope he stops using these terrible identity politics, deflection arguments.